everyone really struggles with the successful making of an examination or a quiz. It's more of a skill, and it's something you're not trained to do, especially at the university level. As you're being trained along, nobody ever sits down and says, here's an exam question. But I have 3 guiding sort of principles that I use. One, I think every exam question should have 3 stages. The first is that basic memorization kind of, I went to class, I know what this thing is question. And then the second part of that question will be manipulating that information in some way. And then the third will be applying that information or concept in a total novel way. And that's the way I'm really trying to get from average performer, above average performer, and excellent performer in utilization of the knowledge. So to give you some example, I might give some scientific measurement and show a figure of data that's been collected. That first question would be, what is this? What is the name of this thing that you had to memorize that was in some activity that we did? And that's that basic information. And then it's a question about, okay, what is this figure telling us? What is the information coming out of that? The fact that you have one line above the other, or groups of points above the other one, what does that mean in terms of that figure? That's utilizing, manipulating a deeper understanding of that information. And then the last one would be perhaps another figure that says using the same thing to an example that you've never seen in a new way, and you have to understand what the relationship is. What does this information mean? When you apply it in a completely new and novel way, what does that tell you? And then usually you get 90% good performance on the first part, 80% good performance on the second part, and 70% good performance on. So that's the basic format of an exam question I do. The other thing that I do is I track all of my exam questions, and I say every time at the end of every exam I keep track of how students did on individual questions relative to other questions. So then I know where my questions are that don't work, or it points back to the learning objective and the activity or lecture that we're supposed to give that knowledge to give good performance on that. So you can track that, and then that informs you the next time you're getting ready to teach that course or to go over that information again. I think the main place, because people are so busy, is they go, got through that one, and then it goes in the file or it goes in the folder on your desktop or whatever, and you never ever think about it until the next time you come out, and you don't actually remember what the problematic questions and concepts were the next time you get to them. So I always can pull it up, and I have the notes that says, right, that question 7, this topic, they are not getting it. This semester we're changing everything around this concept because I'm failing to get that across, and we try something new. Maybe it's an engaged learning activity, maybe it's something else, but it's something different to try. And then you can keep building your exam, driving your class up every time it's iterated through time.